Hello class and welcome to the week 10 rundown. In the first half of this video, I'm going to go over the usual assignments and readings and kind of discuss some details about those. The second half of this video is going to be explaining the new media draft assignment sheets. So one of the things that I wanted to do was to give you a couple days off because I know that many of you are going to be recovering from completing a 6-page first draft. So part of what I wanted to do this week was to lessen the load on you a little bit, while also kind of transitioning us into talking about the next draft. So this week, week 10, we will begin discussing the new media draft, which you will eventually turn in a few weeks. This week, week 10, we will be taking some baby steps toward completing that assignment this week. Please read over the assignment sheet as you watch the second half of this video. There is also a second video about multimodal assignments, which you should watch as well. Your discussion posts will be in response to the reading composing multimodal texts. This is one that is in your textbook. I'm asking you to explore the new media applications that are listed on the assignment sheet and write about them in the journal entry. The journal entry does have a Sunday due date instead of a Thursday one, as there is no one-pager, nor is there a draft due this week. So you are going to notice a little bit of a difference in the due dates, but the journal due date will be on Sunday instead of Thursday. So for the discussion board, again, you need to make sure that you are reading composing multimodal texts. After completing the reading, focus on answering questions number 3 and 4 in your initial post. Although you are answering 2 questions, they are relatively short. So I know that sometimes when I make you answer a question from the textbook, the questions are very long, and there's like 10 questions in one. That is not the case for these 2 questions that you will see on page 151 and 152. In your responses, please help to offer suggestions to your classmates as you start responding to some of the ideas proposed in this reading. The initial post is going to be due by Thursday, March the 25th, which is a little bit of a difference. Usually your discussion posts are due on Tuesday, but again, I wanted to give you some additional time off because I do realize that those drafts that you worked on were very exhausting and very tiring. So I wanted to give you at least a couple of days to reflect, to take a rest if possible. So the discussion board initial post is due by Thursday, March the 25th at 11:59. The 2 peer response posts should be posted by the usual time, Sunday, March the 28th at 11:59. The journal entry for week 10, the application exploration for the journal entry, study the applications suggested for the new media draft. Write a page about the process and which application you believe is best for your argument and the next draft. By the end of your journal entry, make sure it is clear which application you are going to use. You want to post the journal entry by Sunday, March the 28th at 11:59. So usually the journal entries are due by Sunday, but this time, just like week 9, the journal entry will be due on Sunday since there is no one-pager to complete. Okay, so that is it for the assignments for this week. Again, there are only 2 assignments. There's no one-pager. There's no discussion board. I'm sorry, there is no one-pager or draft due. There is a discussion board and a journal entry to complete. So let us go to the assignment sheet. So an overview. When we produce an argument, many of the decisions we make are determined by the rhetorical situation. Thus, when the rhetorical situation changes, so will our argument. In this major multimodal composition, you will be revising your researched argument using one of the following digital applications. So the process is the first thing that you need to do is to review all of these possible applications: Pixton, Powtoon, Piktochart, Animoto, iMovie, and Magesto. Here's the deal. I do not want you to spend any money on these applications. If it asks you for money, don't do it. Take advantage of the free trials, take advantage of the limited access that you are given, but do not pay for these applications. Okay, that is not something that I'm expecting you to do. If there is any doubt in your mind, please ask me and we will discuss this further. So again, the first thing that you need to do is to pick a possible application. Choose the app that you assess to be the most effective for conveying your researched argument. So you need to consider who your audience is. What is the most persuasive information I need to convey to be persuasive? And here are some examples. If you need a lot of charts and graphs, then you want to consider PictoChart. If your audience would be persuaded by using a video, then use iMovie. Will humor work best for your argument? Then you want to use Powtoon or Pixton. So depending on your argument, okay, that is going to determine which of these selections that you make. Not all of them will be appropriate depending on your circumstance. Okay, so what you want to do in your journal entry for week 10 is to let me know which of these you intend to do. And then there's going to be a one-pager where you show me how to use the tool, and then there will be the final assignment, the new media draft. So what you're going to do is outline your researched argument draft for the most persuasive information. And again, the tone is going to change. The way that you disseminate information is going to change because the new media draft is not a traditionally written essay. Okay? What you are doing is you are combining text, images, and sound to construct your argument. So you will need visuals, you're going to need images, you're going to need sound depending on what is appropriate. What appeals can I make using linguistic, visual, oral, spatial, and gestural modes? And these are things that were discussed in the chapter that you had to do for this week and complete. So you should consult with me about the length of your project. I mean, for the videos, it's going to be 3 to 5 minutes. For the PictoChart, you generally are going to want 6 to 8 slides. For Pixton or Powtoon, you'll want 10 to 12. But you want to consult with me just to be on the safe side if that's unclear to you. So regardless of which of these you're going to select, you're going to need an MLA citation page in your presentation, so you will still need to do that. Okay? Caution, you are completely revising your argument for a new rhetorical situation. It will not be adequate to cut and paste from your researched essay draft. Your tone, structure, word choice should change to reflect the new situation. Also be sure to check how long you have free access so your trial doesn't end before you finish your project. Okay, and the submission is due by Sunday, April the 18th at 11:59. So I believe this is at the end of week 12 or week 13, I forget which. So you will have a few weeks to work on and study through this. But remember, this is not a traditionally written essay. This is a new media assignment. This is a multimodal assignment. You will be using images, video, sound to help get your argument across. And it is not on here, but just for the record, this assignment is worth 20% of your grade. So this is something that you do need to take seriously and that you need to complete very well in order to successfully pass this course. Okay, so I've explained the assignments, I've explained the readings for this week, and then I went over the new media draft. As always, be sure to ask questions, be safe, be well, have a good week.